Hi, good morning. Welcome to my channel, or afternoon. I guess it depends on where we're at in the world. So today I was actually going to start with 4 unboxings. I'm getting a little bit behind on my unboxings, but this will be the first boxing video that I do for my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and unbox something that I kind of already unboxed, but I still want to show it to you guys so that way you guys can at least see it. Unfortunately, due to coronavirus and COVID-19, here in Japan, everything has been locked down. President Abe had actually declared a state of emergency for the entire country of Japan. So my ability to get out and actually go shopping like I normally like to do has been severely hampered due to COVID-19. But thankfully, with all of the help of an amazing sales associate that I have in the Tokyo store, I've been able to still procure the things that I've wanted to procure even before COVID-19 has actually happened. So the first thing I'm going to unbox is the thing that I've actually already unboxed, which is something from the newly released Escale collection. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but sure. So thankfully, unfortunately enough, I had already reserved this before the lockdown happened. I was unable to go get it the day that the official lockdown happened. I was stuck in my house, so I couldn't actually leave my house. So I wasn't actually able to go to the store and actually pick this up in person like I wanted to. Thankfully, in Japan, they have an amazing delivery service, especially with Yamamoto. So with that, I was able to actually get it shipped to me and pay for the product as soon as it came to my doorstep. So I essentially contacted my SA. My SA told me that she can ship it to the house. Gave her my address, picked out what I wanted, told her what to put into the box. And this actually came in the box to my front door, and I was actually able to pay for this item at my front door. It also came with approximately 5 items that I had sent out to Louis Vuitton to get repaired. I'll probably do another video on those later on down the road. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and unbox the new stuff that I got. So it actually came in the official box. I did get a bag. It went into the bottom of the box that was sent to me. It was also all wrapped up, but of course I really wanted this, so I couldn't wait to actually open up and see that I actually got it. So first things first. Of course, still get the dust cover, still comes with the receipt, still comes with all of the typical Louis Vuitton experience and the typical Louis Vuitton shopping experience. So I was actually able to snag this. I love the Kirigamis. I think these are absolutely amazing. I love all the pouches. The greatest thing for me is in my line of work, I have to carry around an ID on me at all times. And I don't like for it to scratch in my pocket or for me to have to kind of search and hunt and look for stuff. I don't like to carry a full-blown wallet when I'm actually at work, physically in the building and like walking around and actually doing my job. So I really like these. I love this because it's similar to a wallet, but it's a lot smaller and way more compact and fits into my breast pocket a lot easier than any of the other wallets that I found, apart from the key clay, which it's a key clay. I can't really fit all of my cards in there, so I really like this because it's big enough to fit everything that I need inside of it. So an ID, driver's license, a couple of credit cards, some cash sometimes, and that goes in my front breast pocket, so it's easy for me to carry all that stuff around. I love this size, the medium size of these actual pouches. It's actually big enough to carry my, I use this a lot when I travel. I use it to carry my external hard drive, so I am able to fit whatever size hard drive I have. I put it in here on top of the cable that goes with it, and then this is essentially my external hard drive case. Sounds a little bougie, but I'd like to have a Louis Vuitton hard drive case. They don't make those yet, but maybe they will. So I like this. It goes in my bag pretty easily. I usually carry this. So I have to stay on duty sometimes, so I get stuck at work for 24 hours. So if I take my laptop with me, I toss this inside of my work bag, and that goes with me. And then this, of course, is the bigger pouch. I like this bag because I can essentially fit all of the little stuff that I need inside of it. So I could fit this inside of it, and I can also fit some smaller books, some smaller notebooks that I need, pens, pencils, just like a bunch of like the small catch-all stuff that I can't necessarily fit in this bag or fit in this pouch, but I can fit in here. And so I like that. Sometimes I even carry this by itself. So I can toss everything I need, like all my cards and all my credit cards in this little pouch. And then I toss this in here, and I can put my card keys, my house key, my cell phone, all in this one little pouch. And then I can kind of sort of turn this into just a little like hand carry, not necessarily like a crossbody or anything else like that, but a hand carry. I have seen in Japan a lot of people actually get a chain, and they actually put it underneath the top of the envelope, and then they close it like this in order to be able to actually carry it on the side. But yeah, I don't really like carrying these on the side. I like hand carrying these or being able to toss this in a bag. In particular when I travel. I mentioned traveling because I travel a lot, which is a lot of the reason why I like a lot of the small SLGs, to be able to easily get stuff in and out and compartmentalize when I travel, or if I have to go stand duty, or if I'm going to be gone for long periods of time and I still just want to feel somewhat, you know, like a human being, if that makes sense. So this was the first thing that I got, which I was really excited about, because my SA, of course, texted me the moment she knew that it was coming out. I got to pick this out and told her this is what I wanted. I was unable to go to the store on the day of the release, which I was supposed to go to, but then I got caught up at work and was unable to make it. So she actually had to find this and get it shipped to the store. And then once she had it, she messaged me and told me, come pick it up, Justine. We're going to hold it for you for a couple of days. You have until XYZ day to come get it. But then unfortunately the lockdown happened, so I was unable to go get it the second time. All right. So this is the newest things that I was able to get. So this one, I don't know what this one is. I can't remember what would be this size. This is either a Bando, the small mini Pochette, or this could be one of the straps that I bought for a bag that I recently had repaired that I wanted to make versatile, but we're gonna see. So it came in its own box, its own cardboard box. Of course, it was bubble wrapped on the outside with, you know, that fancy high grade Louis Vuitton bubble wrap, you know, and the stickers, which make it all official. Sorry, just gonna make this a little bit more easy. Came, of course, all boxed up, nice and neat. Came all wrapped up. Let's see if there's a little note on here. Let's see if she left me a note. She probably did not. It's probably just a receipt, but we're going to see. Let's see. Oh, it's an envelope inside of an envelope inside of an envelope. Oh, nothing. So, easy day. She probably thought that I got all these things at the same exact time to get gifts for people, but unfortunately I didn't do that. So, it's a gift for myself. So, yeah. And again, all the same typical Louis Vuitton things that you would get at the store. So I really didn't feel like I missed out. I just didn't waste the gas to actually go to Tokyo from where I live, which is like about 45 minutes from where I live. So this one comes inside the box. This is in Japanese, so I don't really know what this says. Oh, instruction for uses and wear. So it comes in there with that. Of course, I have the dust cover. And feeling it, I think this is the actual shoulder strap that I ordered. Nope, I lied. It's a Pochette. So I've wanted the mini Pochette for a very long time. I found... I have one that's in the Damier Ben. It's one of the limited edition ones. It has like a little screen on it and a little symbol on the front. But I've noticed in my Louis Vuitton procurements, especially with living in Japan and with all of the great pre-loved market, I've noticed that a lot of my collection is just the typical iconic monogram. And sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. There are times where I just want that little piece of something that I know is Louis Vuitton, but not necessarily want to advertise to the entire world. So kind of sort of that subtle luxury. But anyways, moving on. So the mini Pochette has been very hard for me to find. I can find it on the pre-loved market pretty easily, but it's always going to be above retail. I've not been able to find this retail for a pretty long time. I got very lucky in that while I was stuck at home, I was able to ask my SA if she could locate one of these for me and get it sent to the store so it could get sent to me. because, as you know, it's summer and springtime coming, so I'm going to start carrying more lighter colors. Going to start carrying not necessarily the Damier Ben, but more of the Damier Azur. So, and of course, classic monogram is always classic monogram. You can carry it whenever you want. But just to kind of sort of make things a little bit lighter, I got the Pochette accessoire, which I wanted to be able to put, essentially make this into like a miniature clutch. So if I ever wanted to run to the store, or if I was ever going to go out late at night after work, it'd be easy for me just to toss in some keys, some cash, a couple credit cards, and then just go and roll. So this is actually, it's pretty big on the inside. You can fit snacks in here if you want. If you do that sort of thing, you can carry small little travel size toiletries if you want in here. But I really got it to be an addition to any of my Pochette, any of my Damier Azur collection. So that way it was just something else, another option for me to carry something lighter during the summer or the springtime. So I was able to snag this one. As of note, they were completely sold out of the Damier Ben and completely sold out of the classic monogram, which made me very, very sad. But I was able to snag this one. So small victories can happen every day. And of course, it has the classic textile card letting you know exactly what it's made of. And of course, dust cover, because why would you put in anything less than a dust cover? So that was unboxing number 2. Sorry, I kind of have like everything stacked up. All right, so third unboxing, of course, the classic Louis Vuitton fantastic bubble wrap. Of course, I think the sticker was a little bit upside down, but we'll see how that goes. Sorry, I like for this to not be as messy. So we're going to put all the bubble wrap and string, box, little itty bitty small box. So I am going to assume that this is probably the Bando, because it seems like about the size of a Bando. The other box is probably my shoulder strap. So I'm not going to waste my time looking at the card, because I'm pretty sure it's still blank, because she thought that I was nice enough to buy something for someone else. Unfortunately, I have not done that recently. I did buy a few things on the pre-love market, and a few things that were vintage that I'm waiting to be repaired to get back so I can send them to my mom. There's a lot of things that she likes that Louis Vuitton no longer makes, and fortunately enough, I was able to find a few things on the pre-love market, which made it easier for me to find the things that she likes. And I was able to, at least, thankfully, my SA was able to get them repaired. Sometimes they have to be shipped back to France. Sometimes they're done, like sometimes they're local repairs, so I can get them back faster. But 9 times out of 10, usually if I find a bag and it's like really cheap or inexpensive, but the leather is all completely just worn, and as long as the canvas is still good, I'm able to go take those in and have them completely replace all the leather, which is essentially buying a brand new bag. But thankfully, I'm able to buy, quote unquote, a brand new bag that Louis Vuitton no longer makes. So I have seen that they have started to bring back the Samore bag, which I find very interesting, because they stopped making that one quite a long time ago, and that was actually a bag that was on my list to purchase, but I was unable to purchase it at the time because at the time I didn't have the funds to buy that bag. And then they stopped making them when I actually finally did get the funds to buy that bag. So unfortunately, I had to wait and find it on the pre-love market. But thankfully, I was able to find all of them, all sizes, the 30, the 35, and the 44 on the pre-love market, and get all the leather replaced, which essentially was like buying 3 brand new bags. But it worked out. So enough of the side notes. So I was correct. It is the Bando. Hint, hint, this is also from the Escale collection. So you have this one right here. Blue is my favorite color. I know it seems kind of awkward, but the full Bando. And I like this Bando, and I like these because my plan with my Bandos is I actually have a Nuet bag that I also bought on the pre-love market. But I have a Nuet bag, and I don't like the little leather that goes around all the loops at the top. So I actually take the leather out, and I use the Bandos as the actual drawstring for the Nuets. Or if there's anything else that I have that has a drawstring, I usually take the leather out and use Bandos. It just adds a little piece of flair. It helps you color coordinate. I love blue. There's very few blue bags that I've seen from Louis Vuitton, with the exception of like the epi leather blues. So being able to get the bando and use that on any bag that I want spices up my collection. That's the easiest way to say it. But, and of course, it was wrapped, and so I'm going to rewrap it and put it in here. No dust cover because it is a bando. So, and of course, the care instructions, because I live in Japan, it isn't all in Japanese. Unfortunately, I do not speak Japanese, so I do not know what this says, and I'm just going to have to Google Translate later. That is number 3. So now we are at the last unboxing, which was actually the thing that I got into an argument with my mom about, because she likes to tell me I have too many Louis Vuitton things, but it's fine. All right, so of course, classic Louis Vuitton bubble wrap with the nice Louis Vuitton sticker on it in order to make sure it stays all nice and tight and closed. That way nothing gets damaged in the process. Really should have done an unboxing for my bag with all of my repairs. Again, I'm not going to waste my time looking at the card. I'm going to go ahead and just assume the card is blank for a gift if I wanted to re-gift it. So yeah, that Louis Vuitton box, of course. And I'm assuming it is. This is my strap that I ordered. So, of course, you get the dust cover that comes with it. And it has the care instructions, which I'm going to... I have English instructions as well in there. So, there's that. So, this strap. So, I bought this strap because I wanted to turn the Pochette accessoire into a crossbody bag if I wanted to. I was going to buy the classic Pochette strap, but I didn't want to do that because with buying stuff on the pre-loved market, possibly getting repairs, or whatever the case may be, the leather is always going to be a different color. So I didn't really want that new Vachetta color to be different than the color of the leather pieces on the strap and on the actual zipper for the Pochette accessoire. So I actually have my Pochette accessoire, which I was able to finally snag on the pre-loved market here in Japan. So yeah. So I bought this one, which is in the classic monogram. I made sure that I got an adjustable one. I do know that there are small pieces of Vachetta, but it's not one solid piece. So it felt like to me like this was a better option. I can always treat this, condition the leather, make it a little bit darker, make it less subtle because it's only small pieces. So it's going to be a lot easier for me. But I bought this to go with this. So my thought process was to take off this strap, which I'm not going to do right now because it took me a while to get it back on because I didn't make sure everything was lined up right. But I bought this so I would have the ability to hook this on my Pochette accessoire and turn it into a crossbody bag if I wanted. And so because I have this long strap, I can now crossbody my Pochette accessoire. Okay. Sorry, that leather strap is bothering me, so I'm going to take it off just for you guys. Yeah, it's a pain to get off, but boom. So I bought this so I could turn this into a crossbody bag, which, if you look, I have a very nice now miniature crossbody bag. So I bought this so if I wanted to go out with the girls or if I wanted to go out after work, I could just turn this into, boom, a crossbody bag. I could pull this out of my bag, or I can turn one of my Pochette accessoires into a crossbody and then keep the bag that I had repaired and replaced as just a normal Pochette accessoire. Because I was actually able to find these at a steal below retail. But yeah. And I like the Pochette accessoire because it has a lot of space inside of it. So I like a lot of crossbodies and I like a lot of the smaller bags, only because I love my Speedies, all of my sizes, but I like the smaller ones because it forces me to only take the essentials whenever I have to go out. And like, let's say I'm going to go walk around downtown Tokyo. I'm not going to carry, like, let's say my Speedy 35 or my Speedy 40. I would carry my Speedy 25. That is really adorable, and I like that bag. I might do a video about that. But I like to be able to carry just the essentials. So I have this just the essentials, and I can put what I need into it, and I can also keep my hands free. Because especially if you've ever been down to Tokyo, it's very busy, very packed, and there's a lot of things that you can see, you can touch, you can do, and you want to be hands free. So that's why I got this strap. And now, looking at it, I might get another one because I like how this looks, and I might be able to use this on some of my other bags. So like perhaps my No Way when it finally comes back from being repaired, because this has the thicker clips that I might be able to actually turn my vintage No Way that I got into not necessarily a crossbody bag, but just make it a longer, lower hanging bag, because you know the strap for the No Way is not as long as, like, let's say for like a Pochette Matisse, or for the bandos, or the bandoliers for the Speedies. So I could buy another one of these, maybe a thicker one for my New Way, but we'll see. We'll see when it actually finally gets back from repair, and I'll test it out on this and see how it looks. But yeah, so those are the 4 unboxings that I got. Thankfully, my sales associate in Tokyo, she's been amazing through all of this. So yeah. And of note, and of word of wise, Louis Vuitton just recently started increasing their prices again. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, apart from that, that is really it. Since this is my first video, I think it was good to start off with an unboxing. For the next video, I'm probably going to do some of the repairs that I had done, and just talk about it, talk about the whole repair process. I have found that the repair process in Japan is a lot easier, and it's a lot less of a hassle. I know my mom has had bags that she bought from the store in the States, and let's say a couple, like 5-6 years ago, and some of the pieces have started to have like wear and tear on it, and they give her a lot of headache about bringing in bags for repair. In Japan, because they buy things for longevity, there's not really that big of a problem with getting things repaired. So I normally just like go in, as long as the canvas isn't cracked, I can essentially get anything repaired, as long as Louis Vuitton offers that as a repair item. So that is going to conclude this video. My next video will probably be the unboxing for the bigger bag that I had shipped to me in this shipment. So these are actually 2 separate shipments. My first shipment was the Escale envelope, the Kirigami. And then my second shipment was actually the straps, the Pochette, the mini Pochette, and the Bando, as well as a bigger bag, but I figured that was too much for the first video. So the next video will be my unboxing for the bigger box that I got in the bigger bag. So as always, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave your comments below and let me know if there's anything that you liked, if there's anything you didn't like, if there's anything you would have liked to see more of. Thank you.